You see the headlines. You know how this goes. Let's get into it. Russian President Vladimir Putin said Thursday that he agrees in principle with the U.S. proposal for a 30-day ceasefire in Ukraine, but the terms need to be worked out, and he emphasized that it should pave the way to lasting peace. What is his definition of peace? So the idea itself is correct, and we certainly support it, Putin told a news conference in Moscow. But there's but there are issues that we need to discuss, and I think we need to discuss it with our American colleagues and partners. You know what? He noted the need to develop a mechanism to control possible breaches of the truce. You know what? Another issue, he said, is whether Ukraine could use a 30-day ceasefire to rearm. We agree with the proposals to halt the fighting, but we proceed from the assumption that the ceasefire should lead to lasting peace and remove the root causes of the crisis, Putin said. You, you're the root cause. Putin made the remarks just hours after the arrival of Trump's envoy in Moscow for talks on the 30-day ceasefire that Ukraine has accepted. The diplomatic effort coincided with a Russian claim that its troops have driven the Ukrainian army out of a key town in Russia's Kursk border region, where Moscow has been trying for 7 months to dislodge Ukrainian troops from their foothold. Putin said it appeared that the U.S. persuaded Ukraine to accept a ceasefire and that Ukraine is interested because of the battlefield situation, particularly in Kursk. But wasn't it supposed to be all over and done with on day one of the Trump presidency? Referring to the Ukrainian troops in Kursk, he said, "Will all those who are there come out without a fight?" Putin thanked U.S. President Donald Trump for paying so much attention to the settlement in Ukraine. The settlement? The settle. He also thanked the leaders of China, India, Brazil, and South Africa for their noble mission to end the fighting, a statement that signaled those countries' potential involvement in a ceasefire deal. Russia has said it will not accept peacekeepers from any NATO members to monitor a prospective truce. But if you want truth, like, why not let the people that can help you know what? Putin's foreign affairs advisor said Putin planned to meet with Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, later Thursday. The Russian Defense Ministry's claim that it recaptured the town of Sudza, a Ukrainian operational hub in Kursk, came hours after Putin visited his commanders in Kursk. The claim could not be independently verified. Ukrainian officials made no immediate comment. The renewed Russian military push and Putin's high-profile visit to his troops unfolded as Trump seeks a diplomatic end to the war, which began more than 3 years ago with Russia's full-scale invasion. Let me repeat that. Which began more than 3 years ago with Russia's full-scale invasion. The U.S. on Tuesday lifted its March 3rd suspension of military aid for Kiev after senior U.S. and Ukrainian officials reported making progress on how to stop the fighting during talks in Saudi Arabia. Trump said Wednesday that it's up to Russia now as his administration presses Moscow to agree to the ceasefire. The U.S. president has made veiled threats to hit Russia with new sanctions if it does not engage with peace efforts. Some shit's starting to backfire on you, huh, Trumpy boy? U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told CNBC Thursday that Trump is willing to apply maximum pressure on both sides, including sanctions that reach the highest scale on Russia. Well, which one is it? Because it wasn't too long ago that Trump had ordered people to look into lifting current sanctions on Russia and wanted embassies and consulates reopened. So what's going on here? What deal did they pin out?